Greetings and salutations on this beautiful Monday morning. Tuesday morning. It's Tuesday. Only reason I messed it up was because I tried to get out here yesterday and the weather was playing with my emotions, to say the least. Was absolutely playing with my emotions. But I'm out here today, and we're out here for a very, very special reason, if I do say so myself. I have to introduce you guys to a friend of mine. Now, I put a teaser out for episode 2 recently, and my friend was featured there. So, I think you guys need a formal introduction to the one, the only, the IRS. I had it in here. There it is. We're gonna need this in a few minutes. Let's talk about it. So, what is confidence? Right? What is it exactly? Most of us have this materialistic view of confidence, just something that you can see, which is the beauty of a person or the physical attributes of that said person or whatever. So true confidence starts at acceptance. You have to be able to accept who you are. And that starts with accepting what you're good at, what you're bad at, what needs improvement, etc., etc. See, the key difference between the person without confidence and the person with it is that the person with confidence has found a way to highlight those strengths that they said they're so good at. Whether it be a basketball player who has improved his shot, or a supermodel who, she just nails every pose. She knows the contours of her face, and she knows just the way to strike the pose to get the picture. So, for the most part, it may be true. That person might be better than you at basketball. That person might be slightly better looking than you, or whatever the case may be. It does not mean that you are not capable. I can use myself as a real world example here. At the beginning, I introduced you guys to my good friend, the IRS. That beautiful little package of awesome. In fact, I need to go get him. So this little guy here, is a strong change for the flow of videos and stuff for the near future. There's a strange change to the way the flow chart of videos are going to go. Now keep this in mind, as much as you guys have seen, there's only been one video, but the reality is there's been lots of takes before that first video I posted on YouTube and Facebook. I can't count the number of times I've redone a scene or went over something. I was like, this is just not quite it. This isn't what I want to do. Yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. This little guy here adds another intimidation factor. Cool. So not only do I have to know how to fly this thing properly, but I also have to give it that cinematic glow that anybody that's seen good drone footage has come to know. Now with that said, I probably gave a very convincing argument that I know what I'm doing from the beginning of this video. But once upon a time ago, I did not. I probably should have grabbed this when I got up to get the IRS. Now I have to get up. Okay, so this was my first drone. DJI Phantom 3 Standard. I got this like, I want to say like 3 years back. And I knew nothing of flying drones. I mean, nothing. I was just kind of winging it. I hadn't even like thoroughly watched a YouTube video on like any tips, pointers or anything. I just kind of took this thing out and flew it. And I was able to capture a couple of good images and a little bit of flight action. If I happen to find that footage, I'll include it in the video. So if you see a cut for it right now, then I found it. If not, we just gonna carry on. Well, as you can see, this guy has taken a little bit of a beating. Jesus yes, Christ. That is duct tape. In what was an attempt to keep this leg put together. So it met with a tree. It was a slightly windier day. This thing does not have stabilization like most common drones have now. Again, it was the Phantom 3 Standard. If I wanted to do all that cinematic stuff that I am coming to do now, I should have gotten a better drone. And that's not to spit on this one. This was a good drone. I was just an incompetent pilot. Now, the whole point of me bringing this thing out is to compare the beginning of me using something like this versus me using something like this. With this in the back of my head and also in the top of my daughter's closet, it serves as a constant reminder that I can mess this up. And I think this guy was like $500 at the time. The IRS has gotten its name because it was like $680 something. But due to Honey, I'm gonna plug Honey in here. No, not sponsored. But if you look at the discounts, the Honey extension does work. Between Honey and some gift certificates that I had, I dropped this bad boy significantly. Only paid like $522. Still very expensive. Now, with that said, because this thing is so expensive, in my previous experience with that guy back there, I had to tackle the idea of flying a drone again very, very carefully. So I came into this with zero confidence. After YouTube video after YouTube video, color grade after color grade, how to fly cinematically, and a couple of test runs, I became a little more comfortable with the idea, but I still noticed like the footage doesn't look as good as some of these other guys. I definitely would have been very shaken up by the fact that I'm not matching those results. But the most important thing, I'm still new to this. You know, I can't expect to have pro grade results just because I watched a YouTube video on it. You know, these guys have experience. I mean, they have lots of experience flying these things, dealing with different weather conditions or whatever. And that comes with time. So I have to be able to match that performance by also putting in the amount of effort and time that they have put in. Now, with that said, that's not surface level at all. That is me thinking of the fact that, you know, I have to hone my skills to get better. I'm not a natural. I'm not. So for me to be able to confidently be able to do this, I need to put in the time. But anywho, we're done with this guy, so we're just gonna toss it. I'm joking, not gonna throw this. For me to be able to properly do this, I just need to get out there and I need to use it. Now the same thing goes for that person that's not confident or whatever they're trying to go for, right? If it is looks, the very first thing you need to realize is that you have to accept who you are. You have to accept what you are, how you are. You have to find beauty in what you are. Everyone has an aspect to them that is great. Everyone. It doesn't matter who you are, criminal, whatever. Everyone has an aspect to them that is great. You have to hone in on what that is and put lots of time and focus to strengthening that core thing. That's just the first step to becoming more confident. I would say the next thing you need to do is find some of your weak points and also work on those as well. Before now, I was strictly a picture taker, strictly a photographer, and I was using my Tresio Canon M50 crop sensor camera, nowhere near the beast of the EOS R that I'm using right now, but very capable camera nonetheless. Now I knew the leap from crop sensor to full frame would be you know, a little yikes, because I'm moving on to the big leagues. You know, I can charge people more money for shoots and stuff now that I have better equipment and whatnot. And that just brings on a whole nother list of pressure. So under that kind of pressure, I did what any person who's up for a challenge would do. I picked up the camera and I just got to shooting. Shoot. And although I'm not the best at using it, I'm very confident in the images that I produce with it, because they're my images. It's my style. It's my flair. I love who I am as a creator. I love who I am as an artist. So therefore, if I was to compare myself to a Peter McKinnon or something like that, I'm not touching that guy. Not yet. But I'm very happy with the results that I put out. And I think that's the first step. You have to be happy with yourself. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. In the words of J. Cole, love yours. That goes for the woman that you're with, that goes for the car that you own, that goes for the house that you live in, the job that you have, yada, yada, yada. You have to be able to love what you do and love who you are. If you can't do that, then your confidence stops right there. Cold turkey. Cold turkey. Now, I'm not saying this is gonna be easy. You're not just gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, I'm a much better person today. I suck and I'm gonna do my best to be better. It takes time. It takes you really evaluating yourself. And you have to start there. You have to start with evaluating yourself. No one knows you better than you. Inside and out, through and through, thought for thought, heartbeat for heartbeat. No one knows you better than you. So I can give you the advice on how to become confident, but it's up to you to take that and apply it to the bubble that is you. One of the hardest things you're going to find yourself doing in this process is looking in the mirror and finding something about yourself that you love. And although you're looking in the mirror and it's physical, you need to take that time to really dig deep into your own self and do evaluation that way. And the best way to do it, I find, is just to look in the mirror, stare in the mirror for 5 minutes and find at least one thing you like. And ask yourself, why do you like that quality of yourself, or even love that quality of yourself? And I think when you start there, you plant the seed. So you plant the seed, it grows into a fine tree of confidence over time. It's quicker for some than others, but you have to have a starting point. I'm saying all of this because even I still struggle with finding confidence in certain aspects of what I do. The first bit of footage that you saw was from like Tuesday. I'm pretty sure I said Tuesday. Yeah, it was from Tuesday. And here we are, Easter Sunday in the morning, and I'm just getting the rest of this done. And it's not because I didn't have the time to do it. I just didn't know how to go into the next step of this. Believe it or not, vlogging is kind of hard. I just had to muster up the courage in myself and understand who I am and what I can bring out and just do it. Just freaking do it. I'm trying to remember how my mom used to say it. If it don't apply, let it fly. If it applies to you and you know it's you, then hold it true. She didn't say that last part. That was all me. Today, you are this Phantom 3. You're still holding firm. There is some wear and tear. There are some things about yourself that are flawed that you want to fix and make better about who you are. After a little refinement and fine tuning, you can find yourself to be this bad boy here, the IRS. Everything about it, precision based. It's confident, it knows what it's doing, and it can do it a lot easier than the Phantom 3. It is very confident in what it does. And you can be this, just not as, little. Un poquito? I think that's how you would say it, just a little. Yeah, I failed Spanish, so I couldn't tell you. Well, anywho, that is my TED Talk for this time around. Tell me what you guys think about the drone footage at the beginning. I have used a lot of pizzazz to this video with Adobe After Effects. That took a lot of work, believe it or not. But, anywho, thank you guys for watching the video. If you feel so inclined, please leave a like, hit the bell button, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the algorithm. It'll help us grow here. I'm not in the business of trying to grow fast, but at the end of the day, we still want to grow. But anywho, I'm out, and we'll see you guys on the next one. I have a few ideas for what that's gonna be, but I'm not gonna spoil them either. Peace. Terrible transition. Terrible.